ago, our party political broadcast asked voters, what has the SNP ever done for Scotland? So let's run through some of the highlights. A record low crime rate, the highest level of employment on record, our health budget protected and increased, the council tax frozen for 9 years. Delegates, the First Minister told us yesterday that it is our ambition that drives us forward. I've worked in education for the last decade. As a teacher, I know that Curriculum for Excellence has allowed us to be more ambitious for the pupils that we teach. The First Minister's announcement yesterday of an extra £750 million is crucial. Education is meant to create a level playing field. Head teachers will now be entrusted to do exactly that. Funding to support visionary reform to close the attainment gap. That's why I'm so proud to be standing as an SNP candidate, the party who scrapped the dreaded graduate endowment. I was entitled to a full student loan and bursary whilst I was at university, and yet I still had to pay the graduate endowment. The opposition now talk of a new graduate tax. We say education should be based on your ability to learn and not on your ability to pay. Today, one of the biggest barriers we face is local government. In Fife, Labour have closed schools. In the birthplace of Andrew Carnegie, they are now closing libraries. And 2 weeks ago, they threatened to take 2,000 jobs. The Chief Executive of Fife Council was then forced to email all staff and to correct the Labour leader. This is the same man who compared John Swinney to a Chicago gangster. We talk about ambition and vision for the next generation. Labour talk of Don Swinney. Delegates, we are indebted to our outstanding Deputy First Minister, who ensured a fair deal for Scotland, preserving the principle of no detriment. Remember, the Tory Treasury in London wanted to slash our budget by £7 billion originally. That's the same Tory party who Labour stood with shoulder to shoulder in 2014. Let's remember who's making these cuts. Local government in Scotland is fairly funded, and that's despite a 9% cut to our budget. We continue to mitigate against Tory austerity. Meanwhile, councils in England are facing a 40% cut across the board. Conference, I often think that Scottish Labour need a modern studies lesson. We might not like it, but we are still part of the United Kingdom. As such, we pay London in taxes. They take our money and we get some back. That's it. Labour campaigned to keep us in this union. It's about time they started facing up to the reality of what that no vote has sent in Scotland to.